This is the Rokinon 14mm Cine lens with the Canon EF Mount. It's a prime lens with 3.1 aperture, and it's a huge difference when compared to shooting with my kit lens, which I've used for the last 3 years. Let me explain. Prime lenses are used in almost every Hollywood production. Although they have a fixed focal length, they're known for their sharpness and clean image, and this one is no different. The one I have here is the Cine Lens, which is focused more towards videography. It'll run you around $400 on B&H for the 14mm length. Rokinon makes low-cost cinema lenses that are pretty good for the price. In addition to the 14mm version, they also have a 24, 35, 50, and 85mm focal length. I chose a 14mm because of watching a lot of Emmanuel Lubezki's work, and his use of wide focal length gives you a really immersive experience. But since I'm shooting on a crop sensor, there's a 1.6x crop factor. The lens itself feels rugged and has a sense of weight as opposed to my cheap plastic kit lens. In the box, you get a little bag to hold your lens. My favorite feature of this lens, which I'm really new to, is the fluid aperture ring that can help me change exposure while recording without getting shaky footage or sacrificing my shutter speed. There is a focus ring as well, but I found it incredibly hard to pull focus, i.e. more turning. Surprisingly, my kit lens is better at this. Also, after using it for about 2 weeks, I still can't figure out why my autofocus doesn't work. I think it might be a feature of prime lenses, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I also really like the image stabilization of this lens. It doesn't remove camera shake completely, but does a good job at smoothing out any micro jitters when shooting handheld. But you guys be the judge of that when you see the test footage. I'm shooting on the T5i, and it's unique to see the difference when it comes to shooting with a prime. Since you don't have the ability to adjust your focal length, you're stuck with a fixed length. You're forced to be more creative with your shots and be more considerate of your subject's placement within the frame. But at the end of the day, you sacrifice flexibility for increased sharpness and simply a more rich image. This lens will be beneficial to you if you're trying to get a clean shot on a low budget.